So we're here with,
Eileen Quiring,
and you're running for which position?
Clark County Council Chair.
And what are the top reasons you're running?
I'm running on several reasons, one of which is to create an economic engine, or to help create an economic engine in Clark County, so that people who live here can work here, not have to travel across the bridge to Portland so much. I'm also a fiscal conservative, so I feel like I am a guardian of the taxpayers' money, so I want to make sure that our money is used well. And of course, I'm a proponent of private property rights, and I want to protect people's private property rights. So those are kind of the top ideas.
And can you tell us about your background, your history, where you've been?
Okay. I grew up here in Clark County, and then I moved to Oregon as a young adult, I guess it would be. And so I have served in the Oregon Legislature, both in leadership in both the House and the Senate. But I've owned my own small business. I've worked in the public and private sectors. As far as Clark County here, I have been on the Clark County Planning Commission. I've been on the Board of Equalization, and I was elected in 2 years ago to serve in the 4th District of Clark County Council.
Now let's talk about your business background. What small business were you in?
Okay, I actually owned a hair salon.
Very good.
And we had I had 8 employees, and so it was a service business, and that's always a challenge.
Was that in Vancouver?
No, it was in Raleigh Hills, over in Oregon.
Got it. And how long did you serve in the Oregon Legislature?
I served in the House 2 years and in the Senate 4 years, so 6 years.
Very good. And how long have you been in Clark County?
And I came back in 2009, but I grew up here pretty much. I graduated from Battleground High School, for one thing.
What do you see happening in Clark County in 5 or 10 years?
5 or 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
As I say, I hope that I see that Clark County actually is moving in a way that is positive. I really like what's happening at our waterfront, for instance. I think that careful planning is all a part of that, though, so that as we grow and as we develop, we do it carefully, and we have the infrastructure that we need. And of course, we can't create a false scarcity by limiting how far out our urban growth boundaries can go, but at the same time not have sprawl. So we have to do all of this planning very carefully. But I would like to see Clark County really be kind of its own identity, so that it can thrive on its own without having to rely on jobs in Portland.
What are the next things you have to do to get there?
Well, we work with the Columbia River Economic Development Council, and they're kind of our economic development force. And right now, one of their focuses is land for jobs, because we don't really quite have the land that we need now for a lot of the kinds of manufacturing maybe that want to come here. So they're working on that, and so we work with them on that. I'd also like to see an economic development person actually sitting on the 6th floor with the counselors as somebody who is that point person to actually work even with the Columbia River Economic Development Council.